Hi, and welcome to our Retired Nomad Adventures.
I'm Retired Rick.
And I'm Daphne, and we are a retired couple who sold everything to travel the world full-time, about 1 month at a time, and typically we stay in Airbnbs, and we travel with just a carry-on suitcase and our backpack, and our budget each month is $5,000 a month.
And when we're in Bangkok here, we're only here for 12 days, so you have to lower that budget. So we're not going to spend $5,000 in Bangkok. We're only spending I think it's about $2,000 that we can spend in Bangkok because of that. We're only here for 12 days.
So Rick always puts our money into our travel spend app. He takes that $5,000 and then he basically gets our cost per day, and then he lets us know wherever we're at how much we have to spend in order to stay within that $5,000 budget. So we always, whenever we land in a location, like to share with you our first impressions. We like to take you on a tour of the hotel, give you some of those initial costs associated with visitors coming to a location. So that's what today's video is. Today's video is a first impressions of Bangkok video. So we start these videos all the time with our arrival or transportation.
So with our arrival, we flew Bangkok Air. We came in from Phuket, and it was only an hour and 20-minute flight. And what an hour and 20-minute flight was. We were able to get a full hot meal. After the hot meal, we were able to get a beverage service with coffee or drinks or whatever you wanted, and they collected everything, and then we landed. So I have never had a meal served on an hour and 20-minute flight.
No, it's not even an option. And so when they were coming around with food, we thought must have been people who had pre-purchased meals. Certainly it wasn't for the whole flight, and it absolutely was.
For us.
So Bangkok Air, great job, and we loved flying Bangkok Air. So we flew into one of the 2 international airports in Bangkok. I'm not even going to try to say the name, but ours, the one we flew into, is the one that started with an S. It was super easy to navigate. The signs were both in Thai and in English, so we were able to find our way to the baggage claim super easily, and then from there we quickly and easily went out to the Grab station, and you were able to navigate that Grab station for us really well.
Yeah, once you get to, you order your Grab, it tells you to pick up A or pick up B. And then when you walk out to the Grab station, you have a pick up A and pick up B. We were on pick up B, which was to the left. And there was a lot of people there, so you're kind of intimidated by it, thinking you're in line and each person in line is the next one coming up. But it's whenever your Grab comes in, you can see it driving up. You flag them down and they pull in there. And there's porters, I guess you would say, that guides them in, helps you with your luggage. You get in the car and you're off. So we only waited about 15 minutes, so it was nice.
Fine. Yeah. And it's interesting that the airports that we've been to in Asia so far all have that Grab station, and so that's really nice too, to know you're right there. You don't have to worry about or wonder about where to meet the Grab driver. So that was easy.
And what was interesting is our Grab driver was actually a taxi cab. So
oh, that's right. So we were looking for a typical car, but it was actually a yellow taxi cab. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. And then the cost for that was $17, including the tip. And so that was from the international airport to the downtown city area of Bangkok. It was about a 45-minute drive, but about a 20-mile drive, and $17. So not bad. Okay, so then the next thing we like to talk to you about is accommodations. And we chose in Bangkok to stay at the Hotel Indigo Bangkok Wireless Road. That's the full name of the hotel. And really we chose to stay here because I was excited to get going using our IHG points. So we had racked up some points, we had bought some points during a sale, and so the total cost for what we had in points and what we bought in the sale,
it totaled up to $450 on what we needed to purchase in order to get this 12-night stay in Bangkok.
Yeah. One of the things that we noticed when we were looking at the reviews for this hotel was the location. So the location got 4.9 stars, and for me, I should say, I was researching the different sections or where you could stay in Bangkok, and it was intimidating to try to figure out where would be the best place to stay. And so really I just relied on other people's reviews and them saying that the location here was really good. So because of that, and because the hotel looked, the rooftop pool looked amazing and the rooms themselves looked really nice, we thought, okay, this will be the hotel for us.
Right.
So before we say too much more about that, how about if we take you on a quick tour of the hotel? All right, so welcome to our room at the Hotel Indigo Bangkok on Wireless Road. This is our first time staying at an IHG property using our IHG credit card. So let's show you around the room and give you a quick tour. There's a little spot right when you come in where you can take your shoes and leave them, and then also for our suitcases. Right when you enter the room, there's the bathroom here to the right. The bathroom's nice and big, really well equipped, so we've got some counter space here. I'll have to move some things around, but that should work perfect for us. A nice big shower with an overhead shower, and then also the wand that you can pull down. They've done a nice job, and they've given us, I haven't ever tried these biology products before, but I'm gonna give those a go, and hopefully those are nice. There's a seat in the shower, so I feel like the bathroom looks like it's really well done. And then you even have the biology products here for lotion and then to wash your hands with. The closet area is nice and well equipped with plenty of hangers and then some drawers and shelves down below. We've already got our backpacks in there. Then the closet, we've got 2 pairs of slippers, 2 robes, an ironing board, and an iron. And I think I might take advantage of using that iron. My clothes have been rolled and crinkled for a little bit. There's a decent sized couch for us both to sit on and a little table. This won't necessarily be a working table, but there is a nice desk over here, so we'll work from there. In here, each of these drawers, this drawer has all kinds of glassware. In this drawer, there's everything you need to do instant coffee. And in the bottom drawer, there is a kettle, so we can boil some hot water for that instant coffee. And then there's a little mini fridge here. I think we're gonna ask them to remove the items from there so I can put my Diet Coke in there. And then, you know, it's Rick's birthday month, so I told them it was Rick's birthday, thinking that they might give us a birthday cake or a bottle of champagne, but instead they decorated, so that was still a really sweet touch. So he got his happy birthday welcome. And then over here is that desk that we'll be able to work from. It's really nice and big, very generous. In here is a safe. And then back in here is all the plugs and outlets for us to be able to hook up our things to work the TV. And it's a king size bed. So this is a regular king room for the Hotel Indigo. So it's not well, this room is actually an upgraded room, but what I booked was a regular king room. And I really would have liked a bathtub, so I asked them about that. So they told us for $30 or 1,000 baht a night, we could upgrade to a room with a bathtub. So we went and took a peek at it, but it was the exact same size. The only difference was there was a bathtub. So I was thinking if it was bigger, we would go ahead and do that. But we saved the money and we didn't do that. So this room is an upgrade, and they say it's an upgrade because it's on a higher floor and because it has a balcony from the original room that I had booked. So here is the balcony. This is the smallest space that we've stayed in, so fingers crossed this works for us. And then I should have also said that as an IHG Platinum Elite member, which you are for having the card, they also gave us a voucher for 2 welcome drinks. We got to choose between 600 IHG points or 2 welcome drinks. We just went for the welcome drinks. We got the room upgrade, and there is no free breakfast, so I wasn't sure if that was going to come with it or not, but it doesn't. So now we'll take you up and show you the pool and the gym and all of the things around the hotel. getting to see the hotel a little bit is helpful for you if you were thinking about possibly staying at the Hotel Indigo. And now that we've been here for a week, what are your favorite things? What do you think about the hotel?
Well, it's always nice being in a hotel. You have a nice shower. They have 2 shower heads, like a wand shower head, and great pressure. The warmth of the water is great, and the shower is big. And it's always nice to have your room cleaned every day and have fresh towels every day.
I agree. Fresh towels, robes, and then also the bathroom products are really good here. I think you also like getting, so they give nice bottles of Chang water every day. So you get 4 bottles of nice glass bottles of Chang water. So you've been drinking those. I continue to drink my Diet Coke, but Rick likes getting that water every day.
The bed is really nice and soft and comfortable. I haven't had a bad night's sleep here.
No, me either.
The room is bigger than a typical hotel room, but it's still small. So that's the one downside about a hotel room is you have the smallness of it, and you aren't able to really cook inside unless you cook with boiling water and you make noodles and stuff like that.
Which we've done. So overall, I'd say the only negative about the hotel is just the internet is not as fast and efficient as other places we've been. It works sometimes seamlessly, and then other times it's just a little spotty. So we have to work around that. The next thing we always like to talk about for our first impressions is the actual location. So even though people said that this was a 4.9 star out of 5 stars in terms of the location,
when we first got here, we were intimidated. We were thinking we made a mistake because there's a bunch of high-rise buildings and a bunch of office buildings. It appears we're on Embassy Row, so there's not a lot of, let's say, restaurants and mom and pop restaurants or anything like that. So we were intimidated, think we got the wrong spot. But once you start venturing out and realizing how close everything is, we have everything is really close, and we find out that the stuff that you need are inside these office buildings.
So it's like a facade. So you have these fancy embassy buildings. You have what do you call those like convention center looking buildings? And so you think certainly there's nothing for me in there, and so all around here is buildings that look like that, but then you realize they're multi-use buildings, and there might be some offices in there, but there's also Boots department and drugstore. There's 7-Elevens in there. There's restaurants in there. There's even 2 buildings down, there's a big Tops grocery store for us in there. So we never would have known. Coffee shops, like all the things that you could want are behind these beautiful facades. You just have to know that.
Restaurants, everything.
Yeah. So grocery store is something that's usually important to us because we like to be able to cook. Now we can't do that in the apartment, but we still do go get, there's a refrigerator or a mini fridge in here. And so we still go and get things to bring back to our hotel room. And so the grocery store is important to us. And so the one that we've been using the most is Tops. And Tops is just like any grocery store we have back home. It's clean, it's modern, it's nice. They have juice bars where you can get juice. They have all any kind of food you can imagine.
Bars.
The salad bar is particularly nice. So it's almost like a Whole Foods salad bar, you know, where you put your salad together with whatever it is that you want, including Rick and I both got these cute little like eggs that are something new to us. But so you put it all together, then you weigh it, and then your price is based on the weight. So we got salads there. We didn't skimp on anything, and neither one of our salads were over $1.50, which if you've gotten a salad from Whole Foods, you know that is not common. And then even at the back of the grocery store is another little hidden gem. So at the back of the Tops grocery store is, would you say like a cafeteria?
It's like a cafeteria, and what's different about it, they have like 3 or 4 stations where they're making food. And basically you purchase a card or you put money on a card, and then you present the restaurant people or whatever station they're at your card, and they deduct the money from it. They sort of swipe it
like it's a credit card or like it's a school lunch card, and then you're able to get your meal. And so we both had a rice and shrimp dish there, huge portions, and a drink each, and we spent $7.
Crazy.
So that's great. So that's one thing about our location. It was deceiving to begin with. Then the other thing is we can walk to so many things from here that we didn't realize. Now, Bangkok is known for its malls.
Right.
I can't even count the number of malls that are close to us, but let's give you an example of a few. So the first mall that we went to was something called the Central Embassy.
Right.
And the Central Embassy was 2 blocks from our hotel, if even that.
5-minute walk.
Yeah, if even that. And so we went and checked it out, and it's really a high-end mall with all very high-end stores. But if you go down to the basement of this mall, they also have sort of a food court. Right. Now you have to throw out anything you have in your mind about what a food court actually looks like, because this was nice, right?
Yeah, this was nice. You walk in, and as soon as you walk in, there's a greeter there, and she ends up giving you a card. And what it is it's a credit card, and you present this credit card to whatever vendor you go to get food, and they swipe it, and then when you're done eating, when you exit, you present that card, and you pay whatever's on that card.
Yeah, so kind of the
nice.
opposite of the other place. The other place, you loaded your card with money first. This one, you
load
get
your food.
things. Yeah, and then you pay at the end. But there were like restaurants, and then there were high-end versions of street food stalls, and so we enjoyed our meal there very much also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was also something really great, and it was a couple blocks from us. Then the next mall we went to was World? Oh.
Well, actually, we went to a golf mall.
Oh.
It was like
yes,
like 4 or 5 stories of just golf apparel, golf clubs, every brand you can think of. If you were in the market to buy something
anything,
golf,
right? Like,
this is the place to go. Unfortunately, about the same price as the California prices, United States prices. So I didn't need anything. I wanted a bunch of stuff, but I didn't need anything, so I didn't purchase anything. So that was one mall.
But what you said about that was how cool that would be. So typically you go to one golf store and you're limited to whatever inventory they have, or you're buying things online without being able to see it and touch it. And this place you went to, anything you could imagine.
New, used, whatever it is.
It was all there. Yeah, you were in heaven, but you weren't able to purchase anything.
Nope.
So then the next mall we went to, so we are not mall people, but we have
it's
been,
interesting to go into the malls and see the different things, and
fascinating.
Yeah.
But we had heard about this bed cinema. So you go to the cinema, you get to watch the movies, and you lie on a bed, and you also have sort of a full service. And we had heard about it, and so we knew that this kind of movie offering was at a mall that was also within walking distance to us. So we walked to it, and it's called One World Mall. I don't think I've ever been to a mall as big or as intimidating as that mall,
and
period.
What was crazy, when we're walking through the mall, there's restaurants after restaurants after restaurants that are completely full. In Southern California, the malls that we go to, there's hardly anybody in there, and the restaurants are like fast food restaurants. These are actual sit-down restaurants, proper restaurants where they serve you, and it was packed.
There was not one.
But there were still places to sit, so there's so many
I think
restaurants.
For me, honestly, when we were at this mall, the bigness or the population or the crowded is the wrong word, but the amount of people that are in Bangkok really settled in for me as I was looking around this mall. It's 9 stories. It's also the 9th largest mall in the world. I can't even imagine what the other malls look like. And the cinema was on the very top of the mall. So we went to go check that out. I was excited to do this bed cinema. So what you get is you get an hour in a lounge before the actual movie. And you get, basically there's a menu of 5 items. And so they have those 5 items set out. They also have small desserts, and they have drinks, and they have all of those things. So in the lounge you have access to all of that. So that's free and included in your ticket price. You also get the bed, you get the movie, and then you get unlimited popcorn and soda throughout the movie. And the cost for that is $32 per person. So we were eager and excited to do it.
Go, but the problem is they only show one movie.
They don't have a lot of offerings. And so the one movie that they were showing was Captain America, which didn't sound super interesting to me. And then also it didn't have the best reviews. So we thought, we don't want to do that. But then they had another luxury experience. You get all the same things. The only difference is you get a recliner instead of a bed. Same price, but a recliner. And they were showing the new Bridget Jones movie there. So we were like, okay, we're definitely going to do that. We're going to come back for it. And then somehow we stumbled on and saw Bridget Jones is being offered on our TV.
Yeah.
So we decided, never mind, we're not going to do that. But I think you should do that if you come to Bangkok and there is a movie that works for you.
Right.
We did set up a bed cinema here in the hotel room, and so we got to watch Bridget Jones for free, basically.
There we go.
Yeah, but if you're here, you should do it. Then the other mall that we went to was, the MBK Mall. So that's a mall that we also could walk to. So you can see, and there are other malls that we didn't walk to. We just chose the ones that seemed interesting to us.
Right.
And so the MBK is kind of the biggest knockoff mall, indoor knockoff mall, supposed to be in the world. So I totally wanted to go check that out. It's 5 stories high, and we really only went to 1 story of it.
It was really crowded.
It was overwhelming.
Yeah, it was overwhelming.
It was intimidating. I would say the prices there are probably pretty good for knockoff items. I only asked about 1 item because, again, it
intimidating.
The size of things can be intimidating. So those malls are all within walking distance from us. And then also within walking distance is Lumpini Park. And so people say that it's sort of the lungs of the city, like it's a beautiful big green space with a man-made lake and then walking and running tracks. There are people doing aerobics in the park, picnicking.
Right.
They had those little paddle boats. And then the real thing that they had there were monitor lizards. And the monitor lizards are huge, and they're just kind of roaming about the park.
Kind of like what we would classify as squirrels, where we see squirrels in the forest. That's what it was.
If squirrels look like alligators. So they told us not to be worried about them, that they don't harm people. They're not really interested in us. And so we went with the flow. We saw them, we appreciated them, and we weren't frightened of them.
Right.
Yeah. So we spent some time in Lumpini Park, and that's another thing that we would absolutely recommend that you do if you're here. So all of that is within walking distance of our hotel. So I think the reviewers were right.
We're right.
And we were wrong in that first couple of days that there is plenty to do and see right within walking distance of our hotel. The other thing that's within walking distance is the BTS station.
And that's the train station above the street.
Yeah,
So we were intimidated by that too. This is the first time that we are trying to do the train system. It took us a while to buy tickets. We had to speak with somebody, but we got that all worked out, and the train was coming, and as soon as the train came up and opened its doors, we just stood there in shock.
Because there were so many people.
It was like sardines packed in there, and we're like, we'll take the next one.
I don't know what we had in our mind.
I think we had to catch our breath because we were so overwhelmed, but then once the next car came, we just said, let's go for it. So we went in and we knew what stops we were going to go, what we had to take, and very easy to navigate. So we've taken that a couple of times already.
Yeah.
And the second time was much easier than the first time. The first time I wish there was a camera on us because it was kind of comical.
Yeah, that was in that first day when we were feeling like we didn't know Bangkok is not for the faint of heart. So you really have to, and we feel like we've navigated and figured out the above ground, the Skytrain, the BTS. So we're doing well with that.
Yes.
And I feel confident we don't have to ask people things anymore. We can navigate that system.
Right.
So so that transportation system is right at our doorstep. So that's super easy to open up the rest of the city to us. But in terms of transportation, what we have available locally, there's also tuk-tuks everywhere.
Right.
You can get those easily. We have the Grabs. There's the MRT, right, which is the metro. So it's the underground. It's not as close to us, so we haven't experienced that.
Yeah, we have to walk about a mile. From what we researched, we have to walk about a mile to the first MRT station, and then after that, it sounds like it's pretty easy, and everyone's really helpful with you. It sounds like just the BTS. It's just a matter of getting there.
Yeah. So the BTS is so close to us that that's what we've used, and we probably won't use the underground while we're here at the metro.
And just know that there's Grabs. It's always available, but Bangkok is a really trafficy area, so sometimes if you're only a mile away, it might be easier just to walk there.
Yeah.
But there are Grabs available, motorcycles, scooters, regular cars, and also the boats on the river. They're transportation also.
Yeah, so we took the BTS, the first time we used the BTS, we took it down to, let me say it right, the Chao Phraya River. Hopefully I got that right. And that's sort of a main river in Bangkok, and those boats that are on that river are means of transportation. So the first time that we got on, we took the hop on, hop off, so we could kind of check out a few different places. The next time we went, we just took a single ticket ride straight to another mall. So we went to the Icon Siam Mall, which is another huge, beautiful mall that also, they even recreated a floating market in the bottom of the mall. Now, when we say floating market, it is a luxury replica floating market, but still we had lunch down there.
Yeah, we had lunch down there. And what was nice about that trip, when we did the all day hop on, hop off, it was about $6 for both of us all day.
Yeah.
So that was nice. But then when we just wanted to go across to the mall, it was only 25 cents a piece, so $50 50 cents, and then ended up being $1 round trip for both of us to go there and then come back. So not bad at all.
Yeah, and it is a legit mode of transportation here. And so we're going to go, well, actually we're going to take you with us on a spend the day with us video, and we're going to go to the different temples, and we're going to use the boat as a means of transportation for that.
Yes.
So so that's also another means of transportation. So plenty of ways to get around, and we have walked a lot, and we've used the BTS.
Yes.
Okay. So cost, what are the costs like in Bangkok? This is our third location in Thailand, and we started in Chiang Mai.
Right.
Chiang Mai was
Very cheap.
very inexpensive. Yes, very
And
inexpensive.
we went to Phuket.
And
That was a little more expensive than Chiang Mai.
And we had heard that Phuket was the most expensive region in Thailand. But since being here in Bangkok, our sense is that Bangkok is a little more expensive than Phuket.
And with that being said, you can still find deals out there and still eat cheap and still not spend a lot of money. We just haven't found those spots
As much.
all the time.
Yeah, and I think that's because of the location that we're in. So like Rick said, there's a ton of embassies around here. This is a very high-end area. So there just aren't as many bargains to be found. But we found that bargain in the back of Tops today. And so we both ate for about $7, which was great.
We also found a bargain when we went on the hop-on, hop-off bus. And at one of the stops, we ate at a restaurant right there on the river for less than $9 for both of us.
That was a delicious meal. And then we've also resorted to, so when we were in the other locations, we had always heard people say, profess their love of 7-Eleven. And we just saw it as a 7-Eleven. But since being here and then the prices being a little higher, we have gone into 7-Eleven and we've taken meals from there up to the rooftop of our hotel. And watch the sunset with meals from 7-Eleven. And so now we are lovers of 7-Eleven also. So we understand how people feel about that. But let's say, so most meals out. So we had that one meal for less than $10 on the river. So that was a beautiful place to go eat. But most meals when we're out and about eating around here are costing us around $30. Is that right? Yeah, for both of us, around $30.
A little less, a little more sometimes, but
Yeah. And then something to keep in mind when you're eating out here in Bangkok that we haven't really seen much other places. We saw it once or twice in Phuket, but they add on an additional 7% VAT tax, where typically that's been included in whatever the price of our meal was. And then they also add on an additional 10% gratuity. So you've got 17% added. Most of the places we've gone to have added this onto our bill. So you just have to be mindful of that so that you know that the tip is included, and then also be aware that you're going to likely be adding an additional 7% for the VAT. It's not included.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, how about our iced Americanos? So we like to get a large iced Americano, and that's...
we found that 7-Eleven has the cheapest price. It's 50 baht. So what's that, $1.50? A little under $1.50?
Yeah, if you go to any coffee shop, you're going to pay about $3 for that iced Americano. But like I said, we have become lovers of the 7-Eleven, so we're only paying $1.50 for that iced Americano. Your beer at a restaurant, it's a small beer that you've been getting here. $4.50?
Yeah, it'd be about $4.50.
$4.50. And then you are not getting a haircut here, right?
No, haven't got a haircut. I think they're about $12, $12 to $15 here. So
so Rick got his the last day we were in Phuket. You got your list.
So we're only here 2 weeks.
So you don't need it. One. Okay, so so that's sort of the costs, and we hope that helps you as you're kind of looking at and framing things. The other thing we like to talk about when we come to a new city is what is there to do? And so we've already talked about a lot of what there is to do here. Malls are a big deal thing. They're not really our thing, even though you wouldn't know that from hearing what we said. We've been to a lot of them, but malls and shopping are a big deal. In addition to the malls, there's also all kinds of markets you can go to. So I would say shopping is a big deal thing to do here. You can cruise the river and there's 10 stops along the river that you can get off on. So there's lots of things that you can do along the river, including cruising it at night, going on a dinner cruise and watching the beauty of the skyline all lit up. The thing that we do the most is we eat. Right. So there's lots of dining opportunities, lots of places to go eat. Now there is nightlife here, and we have heard that that's really nice. There's all kinds of rooftop bars you can go to. That's not necessarily our thing, although we are meeting a couple tonight, so we'll let you know how that goes. We're meeting a couple tonight, and they have a few speakeasies for us to go to. So at the end, we'll be able to tell you how that went. What else is there? There's the parks you can go to. We talked about that. And then, of course, Rick's new favorite thing to do in the whole world is go to the spa. So, do you want to talk about the spa at all?
I don't know. We found a spa that for two of us, it's each of us get 45-minute foot massage, 1 hour body scrub, and then a 1 hour oil massage. So that's 2 hours and 45 minutes for each of us, and it was with a tip under $150, or right at $150.
Yeah, right at $149 and something.
Yes.
So, but $150
It
for
was
almost
crazy.
3 hours,
Yeah.
and it was the best massage we've
Yes.
had since we've been traveling.
Yes.
It may have been my best spa experience ever. We both left there so relaxed and happy. It
Yeah.
was really, really nice. Now, in the area that we're in, there aren't spas everywhere the way we've had in Chiang
Right.
Mai and in Phuket, but I think it's because probably they're hidden behind somewhere
Right.
that we can't see. So we did find this one, and we decided to make it a spa day
Right.
instead of just going and getting one massage. It was,
I'd encourage everybody to do that full, 2.5, 3 hour spa experience.
yeah, it was really,
Yeah,
that was
it was really
that was
nice.
really, really nice. Then the one thing that we thought we were going to do here that we didn't ultimately end up doing because the price was just too high. In many places that you travel to in Asia, you can go and you can get a full body medical exam. And since we're traveling and we don't have our traditional health insurance anymore, both of us were excited about the possibility of going and kind of getting a baseline for where we were at with all of our different health situations. And so we went to a hospital here. It's called Bumrungrad. I will put it down. That's not how you say it. But it's an internationally well-renowned, known hospital, and they have a program there for foreigners to be able to come or international people to be able to come, and they can speak to you in your language. And then they have the program for that full body check.
It was just a little more expensive for that full body check, was about $3,000 a piece.
And really, it was the cost that stopped us. So we thought that we were going to pay at the max about $3,000 for both of us, and that was on the really high end.
Right.
And so lots of people do this in Kuala Lumpur, and it's cheap, much, much, much cheaper there. About $1,000 for 2 people there. Very comprehensive. And so we were looking at their comprehensive exam for over $40. So if you were thinking that you might be able to do that in Bangkok, maybe there's another hospital that we're not aware of, but that's something that we planned on doing that we had to kind of quickly cross off of our list. So we'll be on the lookout.
We did go and we did speak with somebody, but we just didn't go to the second stage.
They even gave us medical ID cards, so you have to have an ID number in order to be seen in the hospital. So we went so far as to have our picture taken, and they took our passports, and we got our medical card, but it's something that we decided we weren't going to do.
Right.
So how about our overall first impressions now of Bangkok? What would you say is your...
Overall first impressions is it's a big city. It's busy, but it's also easy to get around once you figure out the system, and I'm impressed with that, but it is very busy.
Yeah, really busy. And I guess it is easy to get around, but it's not compact in the way I kind of thought it was going to be.
Right.
I expected it to be busy. I expected it to be big. I expected all the modern buildings, but I guess I expected it to be a little more compact. It's not. But you can easily get to any of the places you want to get to. I would say for me, so far, it hasn't resonated in the same way that a place like Chiang Mai that got into my heart does. But I'm still super glad that we're here, excited to see everything, and I feel like we're busy with plenty to do.
Yes.
Yeah, so happy to be here, happy to see it.
Yep.
All right, well, we hope this was helpful if you are at all interested in coming to Bangkok. So these are our first impressions. Before we move on, we want to make sure to thank Jennifer for...
Thank you, Jennifer.
She sent us 2 cups of coffee, and so we so appreciate that. We've already gone down and used that at 7-Eleven, so thank you for those cups of coffee. And we hope that you all join us next week when we take you out to spend a day with us. We shared with you we're going to take you on that riverboat. We're going to take you to some temples, and then we don't know where the afternoon is going to take us. We'll do that in the morning. We did hear that one of the temples offers massages, and so we're going to try to go to that one and see if we can get a massage at a temple and take you with us for that. So we hope you join us. But until next week, bye.